Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Factorio. Again, it's been a couple of days since I've looked at this base. I keep playing other bases offline, so I have a bit of a hard time remembering where we're at on this one. So let me just, again, take a look around here and let's see what we've got. So, we've got our oil setup already. Looks like a pretty decent oil setup too, which is great. And then as far as, oh wait, I didn't put radars down there. Let me go and stick a radar down there real quick. I think, maybe, possibly, not 100% sure. We may be in the process of working our way towards bots and upgraded power armor. Something like that. Looks like we got blue science done, which is always great. This blue science setup actually looks better than my other blue science setup I did recently, so yay! Go me! Let's see, is that... Okay, that's good radar coverage. Looks like we've got iron pickup, iron coal pickup, iron train going. Are we deadlocked? My goodness, we're deadlocked. We are deadlocked. Well, at least I know my signals are working, because this is an iron train. It wants to go in. It can't go in. I'm not going to worry about fixing it too much. It doesn't need to be the most efficient train network, but I'm just noticing the deadlock. This train wants to go in here to the iron ore drop off, but this train is already in this block, so this train can't enter. And because this train is sitting here in this little block here, this train can't enter either. So that means this coal train can't go to our coal station, but our coal station has plenty of coal in it, so that's why I'm not too worried. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. Not too concerned at all. So let's see. As far as research goes, looks like we've done all of the blue research that we can do. So we want to make our way to our next science. Power armor would be nice. In order to get power armor, we need blue circuits and electric engines. Electric engines will also get us closer to bots too. So let's work our way up to this. This will be good. So that means we need blue circuits. Blue circuits! So if we take a look at blue circuits, what do blue circuits need? Blue circuits need sulfuric acid, lots of green chips, and some red chips. So let's go ahead and expand rocks. Let's go ahead and expand our bus. Extend the bus. I'm going to turn up my volume a little bit so I can hear it a little bit better. There we go. Because I like to hear the game. The game is nice. It sounds very satisfying. I think in the videos you guys can hear it okay. In fact, I think you guys, for the most part, can hear it better than me, especially when I'm playing on lower volumes here. Because either way, my recording software picks up the sound at the same level, regardless of what my actual volume is. Which is great for you guys. And it's also good for me too, because it means I don't have to worry about having very precise volume settings. Okay, lovely. Let's also go and throw some lights down because it is dark. Lights, lights, lights. Do I not have... Oh, I don't have that in my inventory. Oh well. It's all good. Scared of the dark should be helping me out there. But maybe it is not. Oh well. Lights. Okay. So, blue circuits, very straightforward. They need red chips and green chips and sulfuric acid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and count out 8 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I love to give me some space. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw that down. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do like 20 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do... It's going to need a lot of green chips. So I'm going to put green chips on the outside. I'm going to put red chips on the inside. And then we're going to output this way. And then we're going to throw the same number over on this side. Something like that. And because they don't need that many red chips, they can share the red chip line and they'll each get their own green chip line. And we're probably going to need to expand green chip production in order to accommodate this. You're going to see our green chips just tank. Like we have a lot, like we got a nice big backup, right, of green chips. Nice big backup. This is all going to disappear so fast. You guys have no idea. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is going to disappear super fast. We've only got like, and these are still using assembly machine 1s. So yeah, this definitely isn't enough green circuits. We're going to need more. We're going to need more. But that's okay, we'll deal with that in a moment. So let's go ahead and set the recipe here. Oh, you know what? I want some space, actually. Because I forgot about the sulfuric acid. So we're still going to start from there, but it's going to have to go a little bit longer. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. Now blue chips. The reason why we want the space is because we need to wrap the sulfuric acid, right? And I want to route it in the middle so that way I can share between the two rows. So something like this. Again, you guys can design it however you want. This is just how I prefer to design it. There we go. And then boom. Pipes. And then we want the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to copy that. If we had bots, they would do it for us, but we're still going to have to build it ourselves. But that will auto-rotate this for us, even though we're placing the blueprint manually. It'll keep the rotation where I want it. So that way I don't have to re-rotate them manually. So just a little bit of a shortcut there. And let's throw the pipes in. There we go. And then as far as sulfuric acid goes, we need this to be able to reach. So I want this. Now I need undergrounds to connect all of this. Don't you guys love fluids? Fluids are the best. Little bit of sarcasm there. A lot of people hate fluids. I don't mind them too much, but a lot of people hate them. Okay, great. So now we want to get these all connected up, so we're going to do this. You guys share. You guys share. So you're all going to share sulfuric acid. Okay, lovely. Now let's go get some sulfuric acid. So our sulfuric acid is all the way up here, so we're going to have to pipe it down, and that's fine. I'm going to want more underground pipes, I suspect. So I'm going to go, since I'm running up through them all anyway, I'm going to grab some more underground pipes on the way up to go get the sulfuric acid. So should put some lights down over here too, because it is dark. There we go. All right, pipes. Where are you, pipes? Pipes are over there. Lovely. Lovely. Lovely pipes. That should be enough. Okay, let's head on up here. And then where are our storage tanks? Because that's where we're going to want to pull from. Also, let's throw some more lights here. There we go. Lights! Okay, I see that's where we routed the lubricant. We're going to want to route the sulfuric acid basically alongside the lubricant. Do we have a sulfuric acid tank? We don't, actually. Well, that's not cool. Are we just routing sulfuric acid directly from... Where is the sulfuric acid? That should be going to sulfur, right? So are we just going right from... Oh. Yeah, so we're creating sulfuric acid. And then it's just being routed to batteries directly and being routed to sulfur. Wait. Yeah, it's just being routed to batteries directly. We're not actually storing it anywhere. Well, let's fix that. Let's fix that. We might need more sulfuric acid too, but we'll see. Sulfuric acid, you don't need a ton of, but we might need a little bit more. I don't like how I have an extra space here with the lubricant, but whatever. Oh, I need another tank. No, no, no. Now I'm sad. Now I gotta run back to the mall and get a tank. I'm so sad. I didn't know I needed another tank. I should just keep a tank in my inventory at all times. Just in case, because who knows. And as we get better and better armor, we get more and more inventory space anyway, so if a little bit of used up space is fine. Alright, where did we put... There they are. No, wait. Yeah, there they are. Found the tanks. There we go. Alright. How's our electricity doing? Electricity's fine. Okay, very good. We have one solar farm down too already. Also good. Also good. Also good. This factory is pretty good, if I do say so myself. It's a pretty nice factory. It is lovely. Doing factory things. Doing the building of things, the backing up of things, because we're building slower than what the factory actually produces, which is a good problem to have. Us being slower than the factory is a good problem to have. Alright, so let's see now. So we want something like that. And then we're going to go ahead and I don't have pumps, but I don't think we need pumps. It'll be fine. So we're going to have input here, output here. So let's go get that sulfuric acid, shall we? Let's go get it. Sulfuric acid, there you are. Okay, we want it there. There we go. Now we have sulfuric acid. We should be seeing that grow a bit more. Looks like we didn't wire up the lubricant either, and honestly, that's probably fine. It looks like we wired up... Let me just hover over this. So we can see petroleum, heavy, and light oil. We can't see the lubricant, and we can't see the sulfuric acid contents either. But that should be fine. That should be fine. Alright. So let's take our sulfuric acid and bring it down to the factory. So we're just going to follow our lubricant buddy here. That way everything just stays together. No. Bad. There. You don't want to blend fluids. Trust me, you do not want to blend fluids. Do not do it. That's bad. Hooray, it reached. Okay. And then I guess we'll just route that down alongside. I'm not 100% sure where we routed the lubricant, so I'm just kind of following it just to kind of see what we're doing. And then if I need to move this sulfuric acid somewhere else, so be it. I really don't mind. Okay, and then we moved it. Okay, we moved it down through the bus. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I don't always do it the same way every time. That's why I'm not sure. I seem to change my mind all the time whenever I make a new factory. Sometimes I route it on the bus like this. Sometimes I route it like above all the structures, so that way I'm not trying to route it through the bus. Because sometimes things get a little awkward on the bus like there, right? But for the most part, routing it on the bus should be fine. All right, perfect. And then because we're using a bus concept, we want to take it from the bus about there-ish. And there we go. Now everybody has sulfuric acid and they are happy. So now let's go ahead and feed the rest of the resources in. So let's see here. We want green chips here. We want green chips here. Whoops. We want red chips here. Rock. And then 1, 2, 2, 2. There we go, red chips there. All right, now let's do the fun insertery goodness. So we want input, 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 input. Output. And input. Input. All the input. All the input. Okay. And then we want this to output. And we want this to input. There we go. I think we got blue chip setup just about done. We just have to power it on and watch and make sure it works. So let's go ahead and get power poles in here. Uh-oh. That's not going to be the cleanest, but it's okay. Nah, it should be fine. Pretty clean. Not the cleanest, but clean enough. And there we go. And you see the green chips disappear. And the green chips disappear. And you can see now our green chips are going to struggle. We're going to need more of them. But at least we got the blue chips going. And that's good. That's what we need. Let's go and throw blue chips on our bus here. We'll just go and throw them right next to the red chips. And there we go. We got blue chips. Blue chips. Alright, now what else do we need? We need electric engines. So for electric engines, we need green circuits, normal engines, and lubricant. So here, the electric engines take 10 seconds to craft. Regular engines take 10 seconds to craft. So for every electric engine we want, we need a regular engine. So let's say we want... I don't know. I'm also not sure whether or not I want to bust the electric engines. Because we do need the electric engines for robots. But I don't know if we need them for much else. So do I want to just start building bots? Let me think about this for a second. Anything else I want electric engines for? I mean, that I can handcraft. Yeah, maybe I'll just start building bots. Okay. Well, let's work our way up there. So for bots, we want to go ahead and start... Let's go ahead and add roboports to our mall. Because we're going to need lots of roboports. Because we want good coverage, right? So lots of roboports. Looks like I'm also going to want to upgrade our green circuits to... Oh, you guys are starved on copper. I was like, what are you guys starved on? You guys are starved on copper. I see. Oh, copper is going to be a problem. We need to fix copper. Well, we've got copper over here that we can train in. We have 2 coppers we can train in. Yeah, we're going to need to fix that problem. That is a problem indeed. But before we fix that problem, let's go ahead and get our, whatchamacallit. Let's get our... Lost train of thought because I'm just cleaning stuff up. Let's get our roboports automated. So roboports, they need steel, iron gears, and advanced circuits. So here we've got steel, advanced circuits, and gears. So I think we could just steal this and bring it right along for the ride. Maybe loop it down a notch. Like that. And we can just squeeze roboports right there. Because why not? So here we've got the steel. Here we've got the... Oh, I forgot about these. Forgot about these. Well, we're going to snake those through like that, see? I'm a genius. That's how this works. Basically, I do what I want. I do what I want. I'm a genius. Let the genius work. There we go. Alright, we should have what we need now. It's going to take a while, and that's okay. We could use stack inserters to make it go faster, but honestly, that should be fine. Okay. So, for the copper, we have electric furnaces now. And because we have electric furnaces, that means we can smelt on site. So we can mine the copper, run our own smelting, and then train the copper plates in, rather than running it through our existing smelting structure, or trying to fit in more smelting here. So I think that's what I want to do. And then what I can do is I can run the copper. I can upgrade all of this copper to red belts, and then merge it into a couple of places to keep the bus fed. That should work out okay. Will it be perfect? No. Will it be good enough? Probably. So let's grab a bunch of these. We're going to need like... How many is that? We're going to need basically all of them. We're going to need so many. Sure. Let's grab one more. Just cuz. And then... Let's see, what else do we need? Drop that off, drop that off, drop that off. What needs green circuits? You need green circuits. And plates. Okay, lovely. Okay. So now we've got that. Let's get more medium power poles, because we're going to need those. Let's get more mining drills, because even though we've got about 200 of those, we're going to need a lot of those. And then let's get our rail stuff. So rail stuff, there it is, rail stuff. So let's grab... That should be good. Grab some stops. Grab some rail signals. Grab some chains. I'm not sure if we're going to need chains, but it doesn't hurt to be prepared. And let me think about this for a second. Am I missing anything else? I've got enough steel chests in order to make an outpost. I've got plenty of stack inserters, which is good. I think we should be okay. Plenty of electric furnaces. Let's get some more belt. We're going to need lots of belt. So let's get some more belt. Basically, as much as we can carry. Also, I don't want that iron chest. So I'm going to get rid of that. Because that's taking up a stack. I don't really want regular inserters anymore either. So let's drop those off. Or just throw them in there like that. There we go. So that frees up some more stacks for us. Personal battery, I can just throw... Where's our trash at? Oh, our trash was by our furnace, by our steam. That's right. So I guess I won't trash that. Besides, I'm going to want the personal batteries anyway because I'm going to upgrade them to Mark IIs. So that's as much as we can carry as far as belts go, and that's probably not enough if I'm being honest. So let's drop off some pipe because we don't really need that much pipe right now. So let's drop off some pipe. Let's drop off some undergrounds. And then that frees up more slots for us to have more belt. Okay, there we go. And then I have an extra slot here just in case. Just in case I need to pick something up like rocks or things like that. All right, let's go solve our copper problem with more trains. So we're going to go over here and we're going to deal with it that way. So what do we want to do? We can build our drop-off station first since we're here. So let's go ahead and do that. Hello, train. Then the other train gets to go in, then that train gets to go in. There we go. They're happy trains. We're not using all our iron, which is, I guess, a good problem to have. I think what I can do is I can break this offshoot up into another block, so that way at least 2 trains can wait. Let's do that. So let's see here. I want to give it like 4 cars worth of space. So something like that. And then another 4 cars worth of space. So something like... that. There we go. And now our other iron train can just kind of wait in here. So let's see if that works. Because our iron train should be coming back shortly. Yep, here it comes. Let's see if our iron train comes in here and waits. That would be nice if it could. That way we can keep other trains going. And yep, sure enough, comes in and it waits. Okay, perfect. That's what we want. Okay. So now let's go ahead and build our copper drop-off. So again, we're going to want to have some space here. So I'm just going to put it like right here-ish. And then we want to merge it back onto here, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. See. Something like that. And then let's go ahead and throw this into Another chest here. Just cleaning up my mess. Just cleaning up my mess. Okay. Cleaned up my mess. I'm going to throw a stack inserter on there. There we go. Have fun, stack inserter. You can keep my mess cleaned up. And then we want to go ahead and merge these guys together. And then because it's going to be a merge, we need to go ahead and signal this. And this. And there we go. I'm going to put the signal 1 up just to make it look nicer. There we go. And then we want a stop. I'm going to change the color of this stop to match. There we go. And then I want this stop to be copperish colored. So what's copperish color? It's like orange-ish. I'm really bad at doing the color mixing, so bear with me here. Orange-ish. Something like that. Orange-ish. Okay. So this is copper plates drop off. And then where are our resources? There they are. There we go. So now we've got that. So now let's go ahead and build our rail backwards. Hooray, the trees didn't get in the way. Okay, now let's go ahead and signal this up. So we want, I'm going to go ahead and put a signal like here, and then I'm going to put another signal here right at the entrance. And then we're going to do a similar thing where we're going to signal along here because we might end up with 2 copper trains, and that's okay. And that is A-okay. We can have a couple of trains waiting. All good. So if we take a look at our blocks here, we've got a purple block, and then we've got a couple of other blocks there. Perfect. All right. So that's now been added to our train network. So now what we want to do is we want to create an offshoot that heads towards the direction of our copper, right? So we need to go to our main train line here, and we need to make another off-ramp. So we're going to do that. And we're also going to want an on-ramp. So let's go ahead and put our off-ramp. Actually, I might not even put an off-ramp there. Let's do, we could do an intersection here. So we can do that. And then we can do that. And then what we want to do is we want to be able to get the trains to merge onto their appropriate sides, right? So for here, we want trains to be able to come from here and go that way. So we need to place some rail there. Let's try not to get hit by trains along the way. Maybe I can even cut the tracks for now so that way we don't kill ourselves. Thank you very much. I don't want to die. Okay. So let's see. So we want trains to be able to come from here and then meet up down there. Like that. And then we want trains to be able to go from there to there, which they can. And we want trains to be able to go from, let's see, from here up to there. So we need to do the same thing here. Like that. There we go. Now we need to signal it up. So now we've got a whole bunch of intersections. So here's where chain signals are going to come in. And this is where I'm not the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just follow a basic rule of thumb that I heard somewhere, and fingers crossed it works. Because I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work or not. But basically, from what I understand, anytime you have a merge like this, you just need a rail signal. But whenever you have intersections like these, you need chain signals. So, good, those are just waiting there because those are stuck. So let's go ahead and rail signal this like there. And then we want to rail signal here. So that way trains can go that way. We want to rail signal here. So that way trains can go that way or that way. And then for the intersections, we need to use chain signals, if I'm understanding correctly. I think with how it's signaled now, basically what would happen with how it's signaled now is any train that's going anywhere through this intersection will make all the other trains wait, so only one train can go through this intersection at the same time. So that would work, right? That would work. But if we want to allow multiple trains to go through the intersection at once, that's where the chain signals come in. So what a chain signal does is a chain signal looks ahead to the next signal and then repeats that signal. So that way you know if the block ahead of you is occupied, don't let the trains in. And the general rule of thumb is whenever you have an intersection, you want a train signal in and rail signal out. So how do we want to do this? We want... let's see if I can figure this out. We want a chain here, and then a chain here, and then that gives us the... No, they're not looking ahead properly. Cannot divide segments. Reads the next signal path to allow better control. That one can't read ahead either. So maybe we need to do... No, that wasn't right. Let's change that back to a signal. Why can't you read ahead? Do we need to signal this? No, that's not right. So maybe what we do is we turn this into a chain. And we turn this into a chain. And that into a chain. And they're still not reading. Why aren't they reading? I wonder. I might have to come back and figure this one out later. And then here, that's not reading either. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how this works. So we want there. Yeah, I must be misunderstanding how this works. I'm gonna have to come back and fix this later, because I'm not getting it at the moment. Let's go ahead and turn this on and make sure that at least this basic rail setup works, where the trains will be happy and able to move. Yep, alright, that seems fine. And the trains shouldn't crash into each other. Basically, like I said, this intersection is only going to let one train into the intersection at a time. And that can cause a little bit of delay if there's multiple trains wanting to go through this intersection at the same time. But with how few trains we have, that should be okay. I need to look up a YouTube video and figure out how chain signals work better. Because obviously it's not working right. Or it's not working the way I expect it to. Because that should be showing green. Cannot divide segments. I don't understand what that error means. Because I would think you want something like that, and then that, and then it should read ahead, but this one's not. And that's just looking ahead there, so that's not accomplishing anything. Yeah, I'll have to look into that some more. Anyway, just for the sake of moving on, let's move on. So let's keep laying our track down, and I guess what we can do is we can have a copper stop down here. So let's keep laying the track down. Phew. Our inventory is packed, but hopefully we're going to be okay. We don't end up dropping stuff all over the ground. Okay, we still want to go a ways out. There we go, now we're getting close. And before we build the offshoot, right, in order to pick up the copper, we're going to want to build that out first and see where we want to build the offshoot to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the rail along here, and I'm going to do the loop after we get past the copper fields here. Because either way, we're going to want the loop, so that way our trains can do the loop. Here seems like a pretty good place for a loop. So let's do the loop. I think that's the distance we want. Yep, 1, 2. Okay, perfect. And then let's go bring power along here. And then we can signal it after a while. But let's bring power along here, so that way we can set up our mining operations, our mining and smelting operations. We might need more fast inserters, actually, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Quite a ways away. Again, if you guys want to use cars, you can. I don't, just because I don't like driving them. So I don't mind running a little bit. But if you do mind running a little bit, then yeah, by all means, feel free to make yourself a car. That way you don't have to run so much. Yep, so far our trains are still doing happy train things, and that's fine. Just throwing radars down, again, just to have visibility always. Because visibility is always good. That way you can always check to see what's going on and then troubleshoot if there's any issues. Okay, lovely. Let's go ahead and bring some power up. So that way we can get our operations started. And there we go. All right, let's go ahead and get our mining set up. So that's not a very big patch. I'm probably just going to ignore it, which is okay. Okay, good. We were able to pick all that up. I'm really scared of having stuff not pick upable, but we should be okay now that we're going to start laying these down. You don't have to care too much about whether or not they're going to be super efficient, because eventually they'll all mine out anyway. And so if one mines out really fast, so what? Whatever. We have a bajillion mining drills now, right? So it's whatever. So you've seen this mining setup a million times. You're going to see it a million and one more times. Because we always need more resources. That's the name of the game, right? As the factory grows, the resource demands get higher and higher. So we got to meet those demands by going out and getting more and more resources. And then we have to figure out how to get those resources back to base. Now the reason why I want to go ahead and smelt on site is because if you've noticed, ores, their stack size is 50 items per stack, right? And plates, their stack size is 100 items per stack, right? And trains, just like your engineer's pockets, their inventory is also based on stacks. So train wagons can hold a certain number of stacks of items. So that means a train holding plates can hold more plates than a train holding ore. That's basically what that means. So that's why I want to smelt on site. Smelting on site can be a bit of a headache when you're working at mega base levels, but I'm not working at mega base levels. So I'm going to take the convenience and slightly better throughput and smelt on site and then put the plates into a train. If you're dealing at mega base levels, that it becomes a bit more of a headache to smelt on site because you typically want a city block or something like that that's completely dedicated to all the smelting you need, and then routing all the ore to that city block. It's just more convenient that way at a mega base size, at a mega base kind of scale. But we're not working at that scale. I'm not the best at working at that scale anyway. And hold on, I will be right back. I am getting a phone call. Hello, everybody. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So we've got most of our mining set up. Let's go ahead and get our power poles placed. We are getting there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now let's get a count of how many mining drills we have here. So that's 187. It takes 90 mining drills to fill up a red belt, so that gives us approximately 2 red belts full. So we're going to go ahead and do a 5 to 2 balancer, again stealing from Catherine of Sky because she's awesome. And there's our 5 to 2 balancer. Let's go ahead and build that. Alright, hold on a sec. I'll be right back again. Alrighty guys, I am back. So let's go ahead and finish building this. There we go. Run you there. Run you there. Run you there. Run you there. And run you there. Perfect. Let's get this hooked up to power and everything should just kick on. There we go. And let's throw a radar there for good measure, even though we've already got one relatively close by. Cool. I don't think I'm going to tap this copper ore yet. I don't think I need to yet, but we'll come back and tap it later if need be. So now that we've got this, let's go ahead and set up some smelting. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up over here-ish. And we're going to follow the same structure we did back at our main base, only this time it only needs electricity instead of coal as well. So we want 24 on each side for a total of 48. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 24. 25. I put one too many. Okay. And then we're going to put a line here, which is where our ore is going to go. And then we're going to have our output this way. And then 24 on this side. And then a belt up this side. Like that. Put our inserters down. I think we're going to have just barely enough inserters for these 2 columns that we're building. Now these don't have to be blue inserters, these could be yellows, but I don't want to bother with yellows anymore. We are generating enough power to where the blue inserters aren't really much of a concern. And then here, we want to go ahead and do something like that. So like I said, pretty similar structure to what we have going on in our main base. And there we go. Let's go ahead and get our power pole set up. And there we go. And then let's get this powered on and get our first ore belt routed there. So first ore belt, go ahead and route along there. And that can go out. And then let's go ahead and get connected. And there we go. And we're going to get iron plates out. So now we need to do the same thing again for the second line of ore that we have. So again, belt up. Electric furnace is down. Copper ore out. You can see it backing up really quickly too. And then another belt up. And we're just barely not going to have enough inserters actually. So maybe I'll use stack inserters, which is kind of crazy. You definitely don't need stack inserters, but I don't want to run all the way back to base just because I'm short a few blue inserters, a few fast inserters. So I'm going to just use stack inserters even though it's not necessary. Okay, let's get power hooked up. Here we can use a few less power poles because this power is drifting over onto this side too, which is nice and convenient. So everything is nice, powered on. And then same kind of deal here too. And there we go, 2 lines of copper that we can now train back. Boom! So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just drag this along for a little while. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and build a station around here-ish in case we need to expand the copper smelting out. So something like that. So let's see, how do I want to do that? I'm going to do it the same as I did the iron ore pickup. I'm going to have it come up off of the upper rail. So it's going to have to go down, do a little bit of a loop, and then go up, and that's fine. I don't mind. So I'm going to have it drive this way. And then let's go ahead and put our locomotive, 2 wagons. Hopefully they're actually connected. Because of that one time, I'm kind of paranoid now when they're not. Okay. This is probably a little overkill, but it's okay. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to route the first two lines down here, and then later on, if we need to expand this out, I'll route it up here. And that is okay. Let's see, I think I want this one to go this way. And I want this one to go this way. Rock. There we go. Let's get some power poles in between here. Make sure everything's got some power. We're gonna call this stop. Well, let me go ahead and copy this. So shift right click, shift left click, and then I'm gonna call this copper plates pickup. Pickup. There we go. Copy paste that color. So now we have our copper train. It's not quite the same color, but whatever. Close enough. I don't really care that much. And then we're going to go ahead and go down here. And make our way back to our main tracks. And there we go. So it's going to come up that way. Let's go ahead and get this signaled. So it's going to come up that way. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and build some waiting areas, or break this up into multiple blocks. That way multiple trains can wait if need be. Doesn't have to be exact, but it's all good. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and route this back down. Rock. The train doesn't have to be the prettiest, it just has to be functional. That's exactly what it is. Functional. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and throw a signal there, and then again we're going to break this up into a few different blocks. Or maybe it's fine. I don't need to break it up into multiple blocks. At least not yet. I do want to break the main rail into multiple blocks though. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So we're going to start from back here and then work our way around the loop-de-loop. And then I've got some coal I can throw into the train. So that way we can just configure the train and send it on its way. And then watch it, make sure it does its job. we'll hop back in the train and make sure it works. And then take the coal out so that way it can get what it needs. So again, I'm just going to do like every other big power pole. Should be good enough. Doing train things. Once we get a personal logistics port, this will be a lot easier because we can just copy and paste sections down and then our bots will help us build it. But for now, we're doing it by hand and I really don't mind. There's something kind of, I don't know, relaxing about building this out yourself, even if it takes a bit longer. Just feels good. Very relaxing, very calming. To just build it yourself and be a happy dude. Okay, so now let's get our train station connected to power. And then we'll follow the train back. Like I said, we still need to get the solid fuel routed to our train as well. So we'll get that taken care of as we ride the train back. Or once we ride the train back, we'll get that taken care of. No worries. No worries, no worries. So let's see, we can go ahead and drag power over along here. Like that. And then we are good there. And then what we can do is we can throw some fuel in there, hop in the train, and then that's going to load up. Splitting this is actually slowing it down. Oh well. How did I do it over here? What about the iron ore? Oh, I just routed the whole line. Okay, well. I mean, it'll achieve the same result, so it's fine. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this configured. So we want to leave copper plates pickup when we have full cargo or we've been inactive for 5 seconds. And then we want to leave copper plates drop off when we have empty cargo or we've been inactive for 5 seconds. Cool? Cool. Let's go ahead and click that on. You can see we've almost got full cargo. So we're just going to wait. You can see it can hold quite a bit more. So it's going to take a little bit longer to load and unload, but that is a-okay. So looking at the map, we didn't build our unloaders yet. We'll have to build that once we get our train back there. And that may be a next time because we've been recording for some time. So we might have to do our unloading and merging onto the bus next time. But yeah. We're almost full. Just a little bit more. But yeah, looking pretty good, right? Life is good. Life is good. Almost there. All right, we should be leaving momentarily. There we go. Perfect. And then once we arrive, we'll take the coal out, we'll route our solid fuel in. And then next time... Perfect. And then next time we will build our offloading. should have taken the fuel out immediately, but I did not. Let's back up just a little bit and then open up the map, and I'm going to control click that so that way we stop there. Oh, I don't have any fuel. Bah! There we go. Now let's take the fuel out. No, no. I want manual. Goodness gracious. I want manual for now. I'm going to go ahead and remove this inactivity thing. And then open up our map, control click that guy. That way it goes back to, nope. What? I thought I removed that. I thought I removed it. Okay. Let's try one more time. I want you to go here. And then no. Alright, I know what's happening now. It's adding the condition for some silly reason. Take me! Wow, we're going to have to do quite the loop. That's okay, take me. Take me. And then once we arrive, I'm going to flip it back to manual immediately. We good, train? Okay. We good. We good. Let's remove your fuel. Let's get solid fuel connected. That should still be able to grab it, right? If I take a solid fuel out. Okay, good. It can still grab it. Lovely. The things you aren't sure about. And then we want to go ahead and put that in there. And then we want our outs. Lovely. And there we go. And there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a pretty good stopping point for now. Next time, like I said, we're going to go ahead and route this back up to our bus to help keep our copper happy. If needed, we can add a second train as well at that time. We'll have to monitor and see. And then from there, we should be able to progress forward now that we've fixed our copper problem. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, as always, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.